welcome back to Home, and if you are new, welcome to our channel. We are clearly in the nursery again today. We just have a few more things that we're going to do in today's video and talk about in today's video, so let's go ahead and jump on into what we're going to try and get done today. If you have seen any of the other nursery videos, if you haven't, they will be linked down below. Check them out. They're also in our home updates playlist on our channel if you are interested. We have a lot of good stuff there, so check it out. But we talked about doing an accent wall, and I actually bought all the materials to do an accent wall and decided, you know what, I just think that's too much. It was going to end up costing a little bit more than I kind of wanted to spend, especially over summer break. So when you're seeing this, it is no longer summer. I'm back in the classroom. I'm teaching at my new school I'm going to. Hopefully I'm living life, all right? And I'm more pregnant than I am now. But when I'm filming this, I'm trying to get as much done this summer as I can, because with starting the new job and everything being completely different than the school I was previously at, there's going to be a big line. I decided not to do the accent wall. Like, it was going to cost like over $100, and it was going to take a lot of time, and it was also more permanent. Like, I could have taken it down if I didn't like it, but like, I just decided for now that we're going to do something a little bit smaller. The other thing that's on the checklist is to hang these up. I did show these in a previous video that I had bought these a long time ago at home. They're basically like leather like bag shelves. I don't even know what you would call it. But basically this bar slips through the top. And I have two of these, and it just hangs on the wall. And I want to put these over behind the chair for book storage, because I have a few books in here right now, but we want to use that for something different. So we are going to be hanging up these finally in today's video over by the chair. I would also like to plant some succulents, which we will talk about the backstory of these succulents and the meaning of them and all of that stuff. If you are not new here, you may already know this, but if you are new, we're going to cover it, but we're going to be doing some succulents in this room too. We'll explain when we get there. Hopefully you can hear me. I do not have my mic plugged in because my phone is actually charging, and I can't do both at the same time. So this is where there we go. This, it's so weird. It's like backwards. We're going to be putting up the shelves here. So I am going to have to pull and wiggle the chair out a little bit so that I can get into this space. And then we're going to go ahead and start hanging them where I think I want them. I think I'm going to put the first one in like on the low side where I think I'm comfortable with it kind of hanging. And then we'll put the other one up a little bit. Maybe I should go as high as I'm comfortable with, and then we'll figure out the lower one. Maybe that makes sense. We're going to hang the book storage. I don't know how yet, but we're going to hang it. One thing I absolutely love to do, you can see me like talking to you, let's ignore that. But one thing I absolutely love to do when I am hanging something is I love to use like painter's tape, or you can use, masking tape that I have right here, so that I can like put the tape on the back of the item that I'm hanging. I can mark the holes, and then that way I can draw my level line and just use the tape to help me get everything level, as opposed to like holding the large piece of artwork or the bar or whatever it is that I'm hanging up. It just makes it a lot easier, and it also is a lot more accurate, because when you're holding something heavy up, like these aren't heavy, but when you have something heavy, like a big picture or a mirror or something, and you're holding it up, you have a tendency to, shift a little bit because it's heavy. So I really love this. I also wanted to make sure they were in line with each other. So I did use my level, like tall ways, a vertical, to make sure that, I think it's flush is what it's called. It's going to be flush. And one is going to be right on top of the other one. I absolutely love this level. I got mine from Harbor Freight, but I know that they have long levels like everywhere, but I highly suggest getting yourself like a really like long level like this. It makes projects so much easier. This is the moment that I realized that like these things are cute and all, but they are not going to hold a lot of books. So honestly, I'm going to be transparent. I'm not using them for book storage. I am going to do like a little nursery tour here coming up soon. I know some of you guys are not loving the nursery content, but some of you are. And plus I like to have it, for myself, but not enough room for books in there. I had this lamp. My son actually had this in his room. He was borrowing it from us, and I wanted like a floor lamp back here. This is not the one I envisioned, but budget was getting a little bit tight, so I went ahead and
Asked him if he was still using this one. He said he was not using it anymore at his desk. He actually just had it in his closet. So after I fought with all of these cords for quite a little while to try and get them organized, I did get the lamp back here, but I don't know. I still don't know that I love it, even after the room. Like right now, voice over me, the room is done and finished almost. Not what I had envisioned, but I was trying to use stuff that we kind of had around the house, because decorating a room can get very expensive. And my number one tip is always like pull from other rooms, like pull things that you already own from other rooms to help on that budget. So hence the lamp. So I'm not 100% sure about the lamp. I do feel like I need to move the chair over a little bit, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. I'm not completely sold on the lamp. I like where we hung the things. I'm hoping some books will fit in there because it's not as much room as I thought there was. But I mean, even so, other stuff can go in there, so it's fine. Like, I like that. I don't know. I cannot decide how I feel about the lamp. I almost think it's a little intrusive onto the chair, that I might just want like a floor lamp, but like straight. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you are not new, you know that I wanted to do a big accent wall. And we decided against it for money and for time purposes and for just like the permanence of it. I will pop up some inspiration though of the accent wall that I was going to do. Instead, I decided to just put little man's name and paint it in this like really deep dark green color. This is actually the color that I used on the love sign in our bedroom. If you've seen that video, if you haven't, it will be linked down below. It is just a sample wall paint. I highly suggest this for when you want to paint color for a project, but it's not a large project. Now, mind you, you can't get like flat. It comes, I believe, in satin. All of the little samples come in satin. Or yes, I think it's satin. So you can't get a flat, an eggshell, a high gloss, whatever, when you do a sample paint, but it is amazing for getting like a variety of colors that you can't get in like acrylic or chalk paint, and without buying like a whole huge gallon if you just need it for a smaller project. And it's like $4 for one of these sample things, so even cheaper than a thing of chalk paint. So highly recommend. I'm not going to be showing you the whole name right now, but it does start with an A because we got to keep with the vibes. So I wanted to redo the succulent pot. If you don't know the story of this, I will tell it somewhere in this video in a voiceover. Can you even see? Is the lighting even good? No. I was going to do real succulents in here, and I decided, you know what? That's not going to work for me. Like, there's a reason behind why I wanted to do real succulents. Oh my goodness, I moved the whole thing. But I decided to go with fake ones. So I took out all of the dead bits that, I mean, I guess I should have broken up the roots more because like you can see it's just like a clump, and that's like how it came in like the little pot or whatever. And I was at home and I was actually looking for something different at home, but I saw that they had like these little succulent sticks. Some of them were like, this one was $4.99, but then like these were $1.99, and I'm gonna pull them out of there. So I just got like a variety of them. Ooh, dropped it. A variety of them. And I'm just going to put those in there. I think it will be like a lot safer in the long run maybe, but also like just for my peace of mind because I can never remember to water anything. I think that's going to be better for me. So backstory on the succulents. We actually had got pregnant a while ago the first time. I have talked about it in videos before, but we went in for an 8-week appointment and we found out that the baby had only made it till 7 weeks. I had had a miscarriage. My body would not release the baby, but the baby was no longer alive. It was traumatic, awful. All of the negative words you could use to describe that time. I'm still not over it. I still do struggle thinking about it. Like right now, I'm not going to cry. So we decided that when I had to do the things, you know, to release him or her from my body, that we kept him or her, and we planted succulents with dirt, with the tissue inside of the dirt, which I know sounds really morbid, but for us it was about continuing to give him or her life watching him or her grow. It was a way to remember. So we did that, but I have not figured out how to take care of succulents. I'm already terrible at taking care of plants. If you're not new here, you know that. But succulents I thought they would be easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like a cactus. Like you can't kill that thing, you know? Well, I was wrong. So I am using the same dirt that was already in there because the tissue, particles are still in the dirt. So I wanted to use the same dirt, which is why I'm not using like crafter's foam or anything. But I think that the fake succulent situation will be a lot better for us for maintenance. And eventually this will have to go up higher or in a different room. But I still wanted to honor our first baby. And I just thought it was amazing to do so for now within the nursery that was meant for that first baby.
So I do not have my mic plugged in, so I hope you can hear me. We are going to be working on the name in the background here. You saw that I was painting the first letter, which is an A, because our other kid's name starts with A. I think I said that already, but if I didn't, our other kids' names separately start with A, so came together for an A. But I'm going to be working on hanging it because they should be dry. All the letters should be dry. So I'm going to work on hanging it, and I kind of have to figure out the height that I want it to be and all of that. I do want it to be centered above the crib. So originally I was going to have like the crib kind of centered in the middle of the room. That is not going to work. So I do think I want it centered above the crib. I am thinking about scooting the crib over just a little bit because I think there's enough space over here. There's a plug back here, and I think I want to expose that plug so it's like easier to get to. It also helps the crib be a little bit more centered on the wall, so it's not like so far off this way, and that still gives me room like here to like do my thing. You know, I bump into it a little bit. I don't even know if you can see me right here, but I'm bumping into it a little bit, but like it still gives me room to do my thing. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna try and wing it without the measuring tape because I don't feel like I'm gonna have to go back down there and grab all the letters and stuff. I don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm gonna try and wing it without the measuring tape, but I'm trying to figure out how high I want them. I think they're like 4. I don't really know how big they are. I don't remember how like tall I went with, but my brain is kind of thinking, let's move this back out of my way, even though I just put it back in my way. My brain is kind of thinking like high enough where it's not like super intrusive, but we obviously don't want it like way up here. So maybe like kind of mimicked with the pictures that are across the way. It does not have to be like perfect though. And I'm going to do the top because that is where like the holes are. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that all of the holes are spaced the same from the top of all the letters. So there's 5 letters. I'm hoping they're all spaced the same. And I can just do it from the top. I can put my nail holes in there, hang the letter, do my like spacing till the next letter, and be done with it. So that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen, but we don't know. So I'm thinking I probably should measure. I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna go get the measuring tape and measure. So the top of the artwork that is on the other side of the room right now that we hung up in a previous video is about 66 at the top. So I think I'm gonna do that same thing over here. I'm gonna make it 66 from the floor. So I'm just gonna go from the floor, get my thing lined up the best I can. I'm sure it's not straight, but that's fine because I'm going to use my level to make sure I have a straight line across. And so I'm also going to mark, like all of these marks are erasable. So I'm going to mark the sides of like the crib. So, without breaking anything, hopefully. I am just going to put this like up against the side of the crib like this. And I'm just going to make like a very faint line like that. So I kind of know where my letters need to go like in between. So I don't like mess it up. So I'm just like butting this up to the side of the crib like that. And it doesn't have to be like perfect, even, flush, whatever. It's just kind of like a line that's gonna help me remember, like, that's where the side of the crib.
So doing the lines on the side was actually a great idea because I was able to get his name centered as much as I possibly could. And yes, it is a he, if you guys did not know that. We already had the gender reveal come out. I am so late on editing, guys, like being pregnant, new job, just like all the things. And I did so much filming like over the summer to prepare because I knew I was going to be exhausted at this stage. At the time of voiceover, I have about 7 weeks left and I am exhausted, but loving every minute of it because I'm just happy. So I don't even know what I was saying. Anyway, it's a him. But check out the gender reveal because that was awesome. It was fun to film that. It was fun to kind of like plan that whole thing and everything too. So having those lines on the side, though, came in really handy. I will say I did have to do some adjustments to the S because the S was like sitting really weird after I put everything up. And I did not like it. So I just did some adjustments and was trying to fix it a little bit. But I'm hoping that it looks okay. I did like also debate, like, do I even like the style of these letters because they weren't kind of like hanging the way I wanted them to. But I ended up saying like I already purchased and painted them. So like we're going to go with it. And his name is Asher. So welcome to Asher's Nursery. While I have like the crib all pulled out and everything, I am going to put the rug down. I have to figure out exactly how big it's going to be. So let me get the rug out. This rug is from Amazon. I will have it linked down below. It is so incredibly soft. Like, oh, it feels so good. I'm honestly thinking about pulling it out a little bit more. So like when he gets to the stage where he's like, you know, laying on the rug, that he can actually like lay on the rug. But oh my goodness. I'm hoping I don't trip over it in the middle of the night. Okay. But like it is so soft. And it just looks so good so far. I am going to do an entire like nursery reveal coming up because it looks so much different already than what you're seeing right here. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Make sure you check out the video and the playlist on the screen. And as always, guys, smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family. We'll see you in the next one. I promise they all won't read about nurseries. We are going to get back to some regular content. We love you. Bye.